iPhone 17 versus iPhone 17 Pro review. Apple's 2025 iPhone lineup landed with more choices and more overlap than ever. The iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro look, feel, and even behave like close cousins. But Apple reserves important differences for the Pro model: more performance headroom, Pro-level camera features, and a few hardware niceties that justify a premium. In this review, we'll walk you through the areas that matter most: design and build, displays, performance, cameras, battery life, software and ecosystem, and value, and finish with practical buying advice so you can decide which model fits you. Design and build. At first glance, both phones follow Apple's modern design language: flat edges, narrow bezels, and an emphasis on a clean but minimal look. Where the Pro separates itself is in materials and finishes. Apple positions the iPhone 17 Pro as its highest-end build with surgical-grade or higher metal frames and Pro finishes like deep blue and the new cosmic orange alongside silver. The standard iPhone 17 uses an aluminum frame and slightly lighter weight. The Pro also feels a touch heavier and more substantial in the hand, which some users equate to more durable build quality. Both models are IP68 rated for splash and dust resistance, and both use Apple's latest Ceramic Shield or Ceramic Shield 2 on the Pro marketing glass treatments for front durability to improve drop and scratch resistance across the line. If pocket friendliness and lower weight are priorities, the standard iPhone 17 will win. If you want the heft and the premium finish, the Pro delivers. Displays. This generation is notable because Apple pushed higher quality screens more broadly. The iPhone 17 features a larger, brighter OLED with 120Hz adaptive refresh and a refined color pipeline. That means smoother scrolling and better HDR than last year's base model. The iPhone 17 Pro, however, keeps some display advantages that matter to creators: higher peak brightness in HDR, slightly better sustained thermal handling under heavy loads, and more advanced display tuning for color-critical work. If you frequently edit photos or video on device, the Pro's panel will be easier to trust. Apple's product pages highlight the Pro's display as delivering the most consistent peak brightness and color accuracy across use cases. Performance. Both phones ship with Apple Silicon in the A19 family, but Apple segments them. The iPhone 17 uses the A19, while the iPhone 17 Pro receives the A19 Pro with additional performance cores and a vapor-cooled thermal subsystem to sustain higher clocks for longer. In everyday use, browsing, social apps, video streaming, you'll find both phones extremely fast and smooth. Where the Pro's advantage appears is when you push sustained workloads: prolonged gaming sessions, heavy video editing and rendering, or multi-hour live capture. Benchmarks and Apple's messaging both point to the A19 Pro delivering measurable gains in sustained throughput and thermal headroom. For most users, the A19 is more than enough. But if you want the maximum future-proofing for creative work or you treat your phone like a portable workstation, the Pro is meaningfully faster in long sessions. Cameras. Apple didn't hold back on camera upgrades for the whole iPhone 17 family. Even the standard 17 adopts big sensor tech and an 18 megapixels front camera with the new center stage experience. That said, the iPhone 17 Pro is where Apple places the full Pro camera system: 348 megapixels fusion rear sensors, Pro-level video options including ProRes 4K capture, and the longest optical zoom ever offered on a standard iPhone thanks to an expanded periscope style, or multi-element, solution in the Pro model. The Pro also offers more refined optical stabilization and additional computational photography modes reserved for the higher-end silicon. In practice, this means the iPhone 17 offers excellent main camera, improved low-light performance, and the new front-facing center stage camera for better video calls and selfies. It is also great for social media, casual photography, and occasional creative work. On the other hand, the iPhone 17 Pro offers superior versatility: ultra-wide plus main plus telephoto, all 48 megapixels fusion-type sensors, more useful optical zoom steps, up to 8x optical equivalent in Apple's UI this year, and the ability to shoot ProRes 4K and access Apple's highest-end computational modes. If you make regular use of portrait-like telephoto shots, shoot video professionally, or want maximum cropping flexibility, the Pro is the better tool. A note on early reports: Some users have flagged a small number of camera/flash artifacts and other quirks on the Pro model in initial device batches. Apple has already issued incremental iOS updates to address several early bugs, so watch for patches if you buy at launch. Battery life and charging. Apple advertises a significant leap in battery life for the Pro this year, part hardware, part software. The A19 Pro's efficiency and the larger physical battery in the Pro combine to give it the best endurance in an iPhone to date, according to Apple's statements and early testing. The standard iPhone 17 also benefits from the A19 architecture, and most users should comfortably get a full day of mixed use. Power users who are away from chargers for long days or who record lots of videos will notice how the Pro stretches that margin further. Charging speeds remain similar to previous years. Fast wired charging with an appropriate USB-C adapter, and MagSafe wireless charging at expected speeds. If battery longevity between charges is a top priority, the Pro is the better bet. But the standard iPhone 17 still represents a strong value for everyday life. Software. Both phones run iOS 26 or later, and Apple continues to use software as a major point of differentiation. iOS 26 introduces new system-wide features, improved lock screen widgets and contextual experiences, deeper AI-driven photo tools, and expanded on-device personalization that benefit every model. The Pro's extra processing headroom enables a few Pro-only software experiences, like highest quality on-device video encoding and faster ML model inference for certain creative tasks, but the vast majority of user-facing improvements are shared between models. Apple's ecosystem remains a major convenience. Seamless tie-ins with iCloud, continuity camera, handoff, AirDrop, and the optimized interaction with Macs, iPads, and Apple Watch. For anyone leveraging that ecosystem heavily, either phone will feel well integrated and smooth. Storage, pricing, and value. Apple's pricing strategy this year keeps the Pro at a premium. At launch, the iPhone 17 starts at a lower entry price, Apple's baseline pricing, while the iPhone 17 Pro starts higher and offers larger top-tier storage options, including a 1 TB configuration for creators who need huge local libraries. If you never shoot in ProRes or don't need enormous on-device libraries, the standard 17 with 256, 512 GB, depending on configuration, will satisfy most people. If local storage and Pro video workflows matter, the Pro's higher capacity options and the faster sustained I/O are worth the extra spend. When judging value, align the price difference to how you use the phone. For casual/social users, the standard iPhone 17 is the best bang, while the iPhone 17 Pro is better for content creators or professionals. Real-world testing impressions. 1. Speed and smoothness. Both phones feel instant for everyday tasks. App launches, camera snaps, and system animations are lag-free. The Pro's edge is subtle until you stress the device. 2. Camera output. The iPhone 17 is impressive. Color science, low-light photos, and the new front camera are tangible improvements. But the Pro's telephoto reach and ProRes/video features produce noticeably more flexible footage for creators. 3. Battery life. The Pro lasts longer under heavy loads. For light users, both phones will comfortably finish the day. 4. Durability and finish. If you carry a phone without a case, the Pro's materials and finish feel more premium, but both phones should survive normal life well. Who should buy which phone? Get the iPhone 17 if you want the bulk of Apple's 2025 improvements at the best price. You're a mainstream user who values battery life and camera quality but never shoots ProRes or heavy-duty video. You prefer a slightly lighter device that still delivers flagship performance. Get the iPhone 17 Pro if you're a creator, filmmaker, or photographer who will actually use ProRes 4K, the extra optical zoom, or the triple 48MP Fusion array. You want the fastest sustained performance for gaming, editing, or productivity without thermal throttling. Or you prefer a more premium build, higher storage ceilings, and the absolute best Apple offers this year. Final verdict. Apple's iPhone 17 and iPhone 17 Pro both deliver important upgrades from previous generations: brighter displays, better front cameras with center stage, and the A19 family's performance improvements. For most people, the standard iPhone 17 hits the sweet spot: modern design, excellent cameras, and top-tier day-to-day performance for a more approachable price. The iPhone 17 Pro is the correct choice only if you'll use its pro-level capabilities: sustained A19 Pro Performance, expanded optical zoom and triple 48MP sensors, and ProRes-grade video capture. If you make paid content, shoot serious video, or simply want Apple's highest-end pocket computer with the longest battery life and largest storage, the Pro is worth the extra spend.